I want to go back to the whole. There's a lot of platforms that kind of suppress conversations that you have. Does this worry you in the future, where your children might not have the voice that you had growing up, that your father and mother were born into?
Yeah, it worries me, and I think that we've seen some movement in the right direction with that kind of stuff. Obviously, Elon taking over Twitter, or X. I mean, I'll always call it Twitter.
He backs a lot of the things you discuss.
I don't know if he backs it, or he just allows people to talk about it. I mean, he's took over the platform and said you could talk about what you want.
Because he helped with the What is a Woman, right? Because there was a little something. There was a little, when it first came out, it kind of got pushed down, and then he...
Well, we were, a year after it came out, we were going to put it on Twitter, on the platform, for free for people to see it. And at first, yeah, we ran into some problem at Twitter where they were kind of like suppressing it.
This is before he took
over? No, this is after he took over.
Oh, really?
But then he caught wind of what was happening, and he stepped in and shut down the censorship.
Wait, how was that happening?
He ended up pinning the movie on his own page so more people could see it. It was like 880 million
views. Worked out
views.
better.
But okay, so that's I want to take a step back. So check this out. You released something, but the guy who owns the company didn't know that they were suppressing it. That's crazy.
It is, but also this is growing pains. He had just taken over, so he's still flushing out these negative forces within the company, and it's an enormous company.
Do you blame companies for doing this, or do you blame some of the employees that have? I think
it's a mixture of both. I think in the case of that was an example where it wasn't so much the company doing it; it was probably rogue employees who didn't like me, and were trying to shut it down. Also, in Elon's case, he has a whole other company where they're building rocket ships to go to space.
That's crazy. Dude.
Just low key.
Yeah. That's his side hustle, is going to space.
The side quest on this guy is insane, dude.
There's been so many rockets being launched lately. Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, I love this stuff. I know there are people who say it's a waste of time and resources. I could not disagree more.
I watched it for the first time in my life by not knowing. I didn't see that. Oh, they're going to be releasing one. I'm smoking weed, as any idiot like me would be doing, and I'm riding a bike. I love being outside on my bike. So I'm not a social smoker. I'm a private smoker. I like to ride my bike.
Wait, you're on your bike, smoking weed, and watching the rocket launch?
So check this out. I don't know about the rocket launcher. So I'm at night, and I'm just riding my bike, smoking weed with my friend. I look up, and this looks, in my mind, like a freaking nuke is coming at us. And I'm like, that's it. We're dead. This is it. And I just start freaking out. And it was just
He called me.
Are you sure that it actually happened and it wasn't the weed?
No, it was the rocket, because I took off home and I was like, babe, we're going to die. And she was like, no, Elon just tweeted. It's just a satellite.
Well, it's...
But you're right about the people that smoke weed. I'm starting to realize that.
Am I right? I'm glad that, some people get pretty emotional about it when I criticize them.
Nah, I'm an idiot for doing that, for sure.
Well, anyway, yeah. But yeah, Elon has other more important things. When things happen on Twitter, I don't really hold it against him. But these other platforms, think like YouTube, for example. I do worry we're going to get to a point where they just say we're shut. You just can't talk about the things that we don't like at all anymore. We're done with it. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but
I feel like
at any time
we've gotten a gray zone of it. There's for example, there's a lot of things that you post that get suppressed and get pushed.
Yeah,
down,
I mean, right? They kind of I've been demonetized, but they haven't gotten to the point where they're just saying, okay, you have opinions we don't like, you cannot be on it, and just wipe out everybody. They pick their spots, I guess is what I'm saying.
Did you see how Mark just confessed about Mark Zuckerberg, by the way? I'm just from Facebook. He just confessed.
You guys are on first name basis.
I've never met him. No, I just said Mark, and I forgot his last name, and for a second, and I was like, he's not going to understand what I'm talking about.
Just Zuck is what I call him.
Zuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me and Zuck, right? No. So Zuckerberg just announced that he did take part in suppressing.
Yeah.
Do you know why he would do something like that?
Well, why
confess.
Yeah, why he would confess is the interesting thing, and that's part of the positive trend right now in big tech, in the big tech free speech world. And I don't know, it seems like he's being more open and honest about these things recently. I'm not sure.
He's having a little glow up. He's looking good.
Right, he got into MMA, and all of a sudden he's he's a right-wing radical. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe he doesn't want to be so one-sided anymore. Maybe he's seeing like such a much of a switch, and people are starting to like balance out maybe a little bit. And he's like, okay.
He said he got pushback from the government to do it though.
It could also be that he's realizing it's bad for business to alienate half of the country